everything. But this is Game 2 of Bracket Z of the AirMech Double Kill Tournament, and this time we are on Twin Peaks. It's the same counterpick map as Festive Present 2 version 2 picked. And yeah, AirMech Double Kill Tournament banner. What? We have Team Street Thugz on the left side as the green team, BboyDeyo in the Steampunk Osprey, and WolfCuB in the classic Warthog. Interesting mech choice, actually. I don't really remember seeing WolfCuB play Warthog that much. And we have their opponents, the Carbon team on the right side, Broadside in the classic Warthog as well, and Tangibility in the classic Helix. So Broadside also went with Warthog. You know, such a close quarters map. The stronger, you know, high damage mechs are pretty powerful. Does look like Tangi's starting to work on the bottom units. And Broadside, well, none. Okay, he has a bunch of shooters stationing for the top. Definitely have to be careful for that scout. If either BboyDeyo or WolfCuB scout that, it will be pretty detrimental because it's really, really easy to kill that many shooters. You know, it takes a lot of shooters to hit that critical mass, but both teams going for bottom right away. A couple of shooters, you know, again, we have the shooters working on that top for the Carbon team. I would expect a scout to go down sometime soon by the green team, but they are focusing really, really hard on this bottom. And looks like that Broadside and Tangibility have started to move their units up to the top. And, okay, now it does get scouted. I think that was BboyDeyo. Yeah, player 1 did scout that. So they see they are kind of going split. Have they scouted this yet? Well, there's not really that much to scout because no one, or nothing really, has been done for the Carbon team besides kill a couple neutrals. And so the green team is definitely way ahead of the bottom fight. But the top fight, oh man, there are already some Geminis, you know, out on the field for this green team. And now Broadside going to be able to finish off some units. Oh, and WolfCuB trying to get him killed on the ground, but he will be able to retreat back to his outpost without getting killed. The Carbon team has been able to take that top outpost. The green team will easily be able to take that bottom if the Carbon team doesn't start to focus on the bottom. And WolfCuB now bombing. Oh, going for the shooters. Tangi does pick up. How many did he pick up? None. Okay, that's very... Oh, one right there. One right there. Oh, God, I pointed with my hand as if you guys could see my hand point at the screen. Derp. Anyway, we do have the green team starting the fight up here at the top now. So now splitting their attention, they have been able to grab that bottom outpost. I would probably say the bottom outpost at this point of the game is more beneficial because it is a normal outpost. I think normal outposts give more credit income than power stations. I'm almost definitely sure of that. So, at this point where you're trying to get a critical mass of units, not really critical mass, but you're trying to get that unit count up. But then, you know, the higher income will definitely be more beneficial. You know, you can put a moneymaker. The Carbon team can start to put moneymakers down, like right here on that socket. Obviously, there is one on this socket right now. The Carbon team, or the green team, now starting to move up on the bottom outpost, and Broadside trying to do some kind of harass, but there is a secret in support. And BboyDeyo with his Osprey will be able to support it to the point where Broadside can't really do anything with just his mech alone. And, oh, actually leaves that fight. Tangi now sending a couple flamers. I mean, it's going to go right back down to neutral unless he comes back to support this. What does he have in his build queue? Nothing. He doesn't have anything in queue. And WolfCuB really dangerously low in health, but Tangi not going for the kill. Oh, tried to get that finish on WolfCuB, but WolfCuB getting back to that outpost. I think Tangi, if he focused on that kill, he would have been able to get it. On Broadside, really low in health. Will he be able to? Okay, he does get back to that center close. Man, gosh, stressful stuff. Really, really tight. Like WolfCuB almost getting killed. Tangi almost, or Broadside almost getting killed, but the green team, pretty much easily takes this bottom outpost. Kind of was clear by the beginning of the game when they were able to take their side of the bottom lane, and the Carbon team has the top. So it's not the normal start for a top-bottom Twin Peaks fight, but it kind of eventually ended up that way. And now the green team has the control of the bottom. The Carbon team has the control of the top. The Carbon team has less unit cap at this point, just because I don't really understand why the outpost, the normal standard outpost, gives so much power, or so much unit upkeep. The power station's supposed to give a lot, but at this point the green team with 2 outposts under the control has more unit upkeep. I really disagree with that. Two normal outposts should at the very least equal, you know what I mean, very least equal the 1 power station, if not be less, you know what I mean. The mechanics are in the game. The mechanics in the game support that function, I would say. So, you know, you do have generators. You know, we should probably think about better sockets on these maps. But once again, maps, a huge gripe from every single, you know, AirMech veteran. And pretty much everyone knows that. But we do have this, stasis mines coming out for Broadside. So once this push moves out, whether they go for the fort or they go for the center close outpost, Broadside will be able to get a slight advantage against the moving units just with those stasis mines. Oh, he canceled them. Did he cancel them? Yeah, he canceled them. That's a little bit strange. I mean, not that strange, but I guess he decided to go against that method. I guess he figured that the carbon team or the green team would not really decide to go with that kind of unit move out. But here we go at the standard post-to-post fight. Anyone who plays simple and 3v3 knows how this goes. You just hover, especially in the old mechanics where the outposts didn't run out of energy. Oh man, it was just a hover shoot micro battle. That's all it was. And this is pretty close. That was pretty close at this point because Warthogs can do so much damage in the air. It's really, really valuable to actually have Warthog, weirdly enough, for AA. They can really drain outpost energy really, really quickly. As you saw right there, BboyDeyo, although he was healed the entire time, this outpost energy got drained very, very fast, so it's really, really effective to focus with one or more Warthogs, or even with a Warthog and another, you know, and another mech. Oh, Broadside going with these units being killed. That's kind of weird. I would assume this would be better. I guess going for that experience, and Tangi doing a scout. It does look like, well, I was going to say that the green team has those units mass selected, but that also happens when you hit the special ability button, which is default control, which is also default unit mass select. So, little weird that those are common by default, but meh, what you're going to do. You guys can always rebind it. And I guess whoever was that mass select, whoever did that mass select, WolfCuB or BboyDeyo, is pretty much okay with that happening. So now we do have Tangi and Broadside on the defensive. They have a lot of tanks stationed in anticipation for a push, but I would probably say with an Osprey on the team, you know, they should probably anticipate more of a leapfrog battle, you know, or a leapfrog approach. Oh, and BboyDeyo getting finished off by Broadside in the air on the way back to his outpost. A little bit strange to see that he was so close. I guess he just kind of didn't really notice that he was. Oh, and we have a fort push by the green team. Tangi already has this handled with bombs and Broadside. You're going to be able to air to ground this, and you know, for Longhorn in defense, these are pretty much going to be wasted units, and all the units get killed except for the goalie. WolfCuB has a little bit of micro, but Tangi is already here, following WolfCuB back, getting WolfCuB getting killed, and the carbon team has not had their lunchbox shield penetrated quite yet. And that pretty much, yeah, was 100% shut down. I don't really, that was very, very strange that they pushed out. I mean, the amount of, first of all, the amount of units that they moved out, that was so strange. I don't know why you would do it like that. And, you know, to begin with, if they did a very quick scout, which I'm assuming they did, they would see these defenses on both lanes and, you know, either T or a Y push. Oh, and Broadside with super high DPS in a Warthog, able to finish off not just the tech pod, but, oh my god, did he get that Gemini? Was BboyDeyo able to get it? Okay, no, he didn't get the Gemini. Oh, man. Cargo! I want to see cargo of everybody! I want to see cargo of everybody. Anyway, Broadside, going back to this mid-fight, if you can even call it that. But oh man, that's quite a lot of units out for the green team. Oh, and oh god, I don't pay attention to this stuff. But the carbon team moving out to the bottom, sort of a counter push. Seeing as the green team didn't really have an all-in, I don't really know if you can really call that a full counter push. But yes, it was technically a counter push because they push and they push back. So now the green team has to be on the defensive. Will the carbon team stop these units? Tangibility did mass select hold position just in time before they got in range of these Gemini. So really great. But now we do have bombs going down by the green team. And WolfCuB and BboyDeyo, you know, trying to soften up these units. No healing units down by the carbon team, so they don't really have the kind of unit composition that you would really normally see for a, you know, post-to-post fight, especially if there's no dramatic gap. This is not this circle here is not really a dramatic gap between the two outposts. This is what I would call a dramatic gap between the two outposts. That, or like for example, the the post-to-post fight on Nest, Thorn, or Duel, same type of deal. But right now, there's plenty of land in between. This is just, I don't know. I think I would like Twin Peaks without this. I don't really see what this hole contributes, but either way, it's a fun little hole. Whatever. I don't. Sure, man, whatever. But now, yes, we do see some healing units going down. Tanks in the front, AA in the back. You know, obviously these tanks could go up a little bit further. Oh, an artillery a little close. set down by, who was that? Who has the Archies? Oh no, those are Arties. Broadside set that RT. God, it's so hard to get that straight. But set that Artie down a little close, but it's fine right now. It can probably be sniped pretty easily, but you know, if they maintain their units fairly well, and they keep an eye on it, they should be okay. And Broadside, already at his ultimate ability. I have to toggle back and forth, right? I have to toggle back and forth between that, but whatever. it's something I still haven't gotten used to, but you know, able to just shoot and fire freely. Doesn't have to worry too much about getting killed, especially with that super high armor. Goes all the way back to his center close to heal up, so he doesn't take up too much post energy here. And now we do have just a goalie cluster. It's pretty even right now between both teams. 67 to 68. Carbon team has more unit upkeep, but the income, it's pretty even. I mean, the Carbon team has a little bit more credits in their bank, and it does look like, oh man, was the Carbon Tech Pod sniped? I did not notice the Carbon Tech Pod being sniped. Or did it ever exist to begin with? Spectator, this thing needs to be there permanently. I already complained about that, so... You guys, I'm trying to get the spectate mode good so I can make good videos for you guys. But anyway, what the Carbon team now starting to pump out high tier units. Goalies now coming up by Broadside. Goalies as the meta. Obviously, you've got to start moving them out sometime soon. Once they hit their unit cap, I do fully expect them to start selling off their Longhorn to trade them off for goalies. But WolfCuB getting a kill on Broadside. Broadside microing for way too long, allowing WolfCuB to focus him in the air. And that's just one thing. Yes, you can micro, but you have to watch out for that AA. You know, and AA is largely mech fire at this point. If you are doing, you know, mid-fight micro type of stuff, you probably should be firing on your opponents at the same time. If your opponent's doing mid-fight micro, you should fire on them. So it limits how much they can do, you know, and the amount of time they can spend on that, you know, microing their units at the mid-fight. And you know, the more damage you do on them, the more energy it takes up at their closest outpost. So the, you know, the further back the disadvantage it will give them. But at this point, no team can really move out in the bottom. This is very, very typical of Twin Peaks, something you see, this kind of weird arc here at the bottom, all the way back to at about the socket level right here. If you know, if you see another team moving up a little bit, it either means they're trying to take the advantage, or they have pretty much already taken the advantage. Usually with a little bit of artillery, because artillery can't reach the you know, the socket line right here where the unit cluster typically is, unless it's moved up a little bit. Oh, well, can a Bertha do it? Click, 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 no range. But let's see if this Bertha is actually firing on these. I think if this is barely out of the Bertha range, and I'm assuming Tangi and Broadside moved them a little bit out. Oh, but we do have a move out by Broadside. This is a little bit dangerous. There are quite a lot of tanks over here, led by a goalie right at the front. Oh, but they're going to be ferrying it to the fort. I don't know if that was planned or not, but that's what's happening right now. We do have a Longhorn firing at the side. No lunchbox down by the green team. I would expect them to go out now. Oh, Tangi did get killed by WolfCuB, dropping that DAW. That did distract me a little bit, but WolfCuB going to be able to kill this goalie very, very quickly. Where is that lunchbox? No lunchbox coming out for the green team, for no one on the green team yet, but that was a nice little distraction by the Carbon team, allowing their units to move up, get a little bit closer. But will this push work? This is kind of borderline. The green team with a fair amount of defenses and WolfCuB as a Warthog will be able to kill fairly fast, but will they be able to focus them down over the outposts and stuff like that? There are not too many Carbon units left, but there are not too many green units either. And who's gonna get this? Outpost goes down to neutral, kind of expected. Flamers going down by I think that was Tangi, and now the Carbon team has been able to grab this outpost under the control. The green team has lost it. Yeah, that was a successful push, I think largely due to that fort drop distraction, but not able to hold for now. They were kind of distracted themselves, I guess, or something like that. But now Broadside trying to land and kill we can, but oh my god, getting fired on by so much. Gets a little bit of a health boost with that kill, oh man, but does go down to the enemy units. Tangi now microing. Has some goalies in support for these has the Archies, dang it, in support with the goalies. For the goalies, and the green team doesn't really have anything left over here. They don't really have anything here at this outpost. No light units in their loadout, so they can't really do one of those, you know, light unit surround thingies. Oh, goalie going down to contest these Archies will get killed. Will kill those Archies or Arties very, very quickly unless the Carbon team respawn. Okay, Broadside does come back to save it. I would think that maybe he'd want to sell it for more goalies or something like that. Couple Longhorn moving out. Probably will get this outpost neutralized. What can Tangi do? What does he have in his loadout? He just has some jokers. Will be able to get a fair surround to distract the enemy fire just a little bit. it. Broadside is here to support now. Where is BboyDeyo? BboyDeyo doing the mid-fight still, and not supporting WolfCuB here at the top. Now finally coming back, and WolfCuB almost getting focused there in that retreat, and the Carbon team doesn't have that much here to defend, or not that much outpost energy here to heal up, but they have a lot of units here, and now this is probably going to be an eventual, eventual slow death for the green team, as they have nothing really defending here at the fort, and they're at their unit cap, so the Carbon team can pretty much just win with drops. They will probably start to go at the corner. Oh, now they are going for moneymakers. What is Tangi doing? He's going with, oh, that's strange. He put it on capture. Tangi always putting things on strange commands. But now even more units going down, and Tangi and Broadside might be able to get the finish right now. I don't know though, because BboyDeyo and WolfCuB are going to be able to defend fairly well. WolfCuB as a, getting finished off one more time. WolfCuB as a hog will be able to do quite a lot of damage to defend, but BBoy, just as the Osprey, are they moving out yet? Now, yes, they definitely have to start getting, trying to make a move at this point, because this is really, really bad. They are moving out, but this unit cluster is going to be pretty much impossible to break with the units that they have, or rather, they don't have, because you need a lot of units to really break that. Now, Tangi getting a better surround, not really necessarily going with the fort kill, but gonna go for the units attacked as well. But I mean, it's kind of both at this point, because there's really nothing defending, and a Broadside easily gonna be. It doesn't really even need to do anything at the bottom, and at this point, there's just more tanks need to go down to be able to get this finish. And even then, it's gonna be Tangi and Broadside firing at the fort, and this will be game in a few short seconds. And GG's getting dropped. Tangibility and Broadside team winged Walruses, advancing to the next round of the brackets to the semifinals over Team Street Thugz, BboyDeyo, and WolfCuB. Really good games, both rounds, and a really interesting push there. I personally wouldn't have gone with that, but because they did some distracting fort drops, the green team wasn't really able to micro their units and respond in defense. So really, really great distraction by that Carbon team. I would say did get them that win, because if it wasn't for that distraction, they might not have been able to break that what's it called, that defense, that line of defense at at that green outpost. So GG, good game, both teams. So stay tuned, guys, for the last game of Bracket Y.